Raise your hand if you have heard of dissociative disorders or know someone who has it. How about multiple personality disorder? These two just so happen to be the same thing, except for dissociative disorder is the medical term for multiple personality disorder. Now, here is an interesting statistic to get us started into this presentation. According to Recovery Village in 2021, the average number of personalities in dissociative identity disorder is 2 to 4. Today, I will be talking about 3 of the many dissociative disorders. There's dissociative identity disorder, or DID, dissociative amnesia, or DA, depersonalization or derealization disorder, or DDD. The first dissociative disorder I'll be talking about today is DID, or dissociative identity disorder. This is a condition where a person has 2 or more distinct personality or identity states inside of them. The symptoms for this are out-of-body experiences, hallucination, memory loss, and many more. This affects an individual by giving them depression, mood swings, eating disorders, and unexplained sleep patterns. According to International AAMFT in 2002. A fun fact for DID, some fun facts actually, are there have been fewer than 200,000 cases in the US. Some triggers for DID include physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, or an interesting fact is war can sometimes cause soldiers to develop this. This is a way for someone to be able to detach themselves from the trauma they experience. For example, in a natural disaster, if that occurs, this can be a way for someone to cope with all that trauma and stress they've experienced. Now that you have a keen understanding of dissociative identity disorder, we can now move on to the second one I'll be talking about, which is dissociative amnesia, or DA. This is a condition where a person doesn't remember important information about their life, for example, job or family. This can cause symptoms such as they are not able to remember events from a specific time period, memory loss as well, like in dissociative identity disorder, and complete loss of personal identity. This can affect the individual by causing them to have PTSD, depression, and anxiety, or even personality disorders. Some fun facts for dissociative amnesia is approximately 1.8% of people in the United States over a 12-month period, may experience this. This can occur for a minute, an hour, or sometimes even months or years. Dissociative amnesia is actually understudied and underdiagnosed in the general population of the United States. Now that you have a better understanding of dissociative amnesia, we can move on to the third dissociative disorder I'll be talking about today, which is depersonalization or derealization disorders, or DDD. This can affect how a person relates to themselves and other people and things around them. These symptoms are feeling detached from yourself, feeling as if your surroundings aren't real, and feeling as if there is a glass wall that is separating you from the world around you. This can affect an individual by causing them to feel like a robot or that the world around them isn't real again, according to Ray Polsey in 2019 on February 1st. Now, some fun facts about depersonalization or derealization disorder is this can actually last for hours, days, weeks, or even months. There actually isn't a cure for this, but this can actually go away because some people can experience this daily or like for a minute, and then you can quote unquote snap out of it. But there are treatments such as therapy for you to be able to cope with this since there's no cure. This can have common triggers such as emotional, physical, or even sexual abuse, but you have to experience these at a young age. So someone like a 12-year-old could experience this and get this. Now that you have a better understanding of depersonalization or derealization disorder, we can now wrap this up. Now, just in case if you weren't able to understand anything before in the previous slides, here is a brief summary of all three of them. Dissociative identity disorder is when a person has an out-of-body experience, quote unquote, with two or more personalities or states inside of them. Dissociative amnesia, or DA, is when a person forgets important information about themselves or their life. Depersonalization or derealization disorder, or DDD, is when a person relates to them, how a person, relates to themselves or other people or things around them. Thank you for listening to this presentation.